The fitness industry has been lying to us. Cardio is bad, cardio sucks, cardio kills your gains. All lies. I'm a 21-year-old male who's been a part of 3 racing events this year in 2025. I've been a part of a 40-mile bike tour. I've been a part of a run and bike duathon, and I've been a part of the Bronx 10 that happened maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, where I run in the Bronx for about 10 miles, which is just under a half marathon. And I know a thing or two about cardio, and I know a thing or two about fitness. Within the last 5 weeks, I've participated in the Bronx 10. I've lifted 0 weights, and I've been to the gym 0 times. All I've done is just boxing. And in this video, we are going to answer the age-old question: does cardio actually kill your gains? So I've been a part of the gym and fitness community for about 5 years. January 2026 commemorates 5 years of me being in the gym and fitness community and starting my gym and fitness journey. And I've been a consumer and a producer of fitness for about 3 years now, starting on TikTok. Let's be honest, a lot of stupidity gets spewed on social media, especially within the fitness side of things. I hear nonsense such as bench press is outdated. I hear things like you need to have protein immediately after working out or you wasted your gym session. I've heard that you need to shock the muscle, confuse the muscle so you can get more bicep growth and shoulder growth. I've heard a lot of nonsense. People pick up a couple weights and lift for a year or 2 and think that they're the Einstein of bodybuilding. So let's pause for a second and give a little background on me, the person who's talking, so you know that I'm a person of facts and I know what I'm talking about, right? So I initially started my journey in January 2021. I came from 2020 depressed and overweight, and I was starting my journey closing in at almost 200 pounds. I remind you, I'm about 5'5", 5'6". I'm not a tall guy. I'm a pretty short dude. And I was closing in on almost 200 pounds. Okay, so let's remember that, right? So remember that January 2026 closes in on me hitting 5 years of doing this, of being in the journey, right? And so now within these last 5 years, I've been a gym goer whose main goal was to strictly just lose weight, get fat off, and maybe build a little bit of muscle. And then I've been a little bit of a bodybuilder. Then I've been a powerlifter for a lot of my time in the gym. Then I was into calisthenics. And now I find myself as a casual gym goer who's more of a cyclist and a runner, who prioritizes my heart health and running competition. Right now, I currently find myself at about 155, maybe 156 pounds. And remember, in the last 5 weeks, I've lifted 0 weights and I've barely touched the gym. I've only touched the gym to box. That's it, just to hit the heavy bag and do a little bit of sparring, and that is it. I've lifted 0 dumbbells. I've not bench pressed in 5 weeks. I've not squatted in months. I've not done any of this stuff. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. And what you're seeing on screen is my physique present day. So now we're gonna reach the fun part of the video. We're gonna talk about the facts and the nonsense. Let's get into a little bit of the nonsense, right? A lot of nonsense you'll hear is that cardio, especially running, is responsible for the tearing of muscle and the destroying of muscle tissue. Now, let's get to the fact. Now, cardio does have the ability to tear and break away muscle tissue, but you have to do an insane amount of volume with very little rest for that to ever be an issue, right? So like, we're not out here doing Iliad Kipchoge's mileage every week, even though we only ran, the most we ever ran was 5 miles in one shot, right? We're not doing 100 kilometers a week, right? If you're just doing a little 2-mile morning run every other morning, that ain't gonna do it for you, bro. That ain't gonna tear away some muscle, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I just ran almost a half marathon, right? And my muscles are still here. My muscles are still here. I have not melted away, right? So that's absolute nonsense. And now some other nonsense you'll hear is that cardio should be avoided if you're trying to get big, if you're trying to bulk up. Absolute nonsense. The fact is that bulking is just simply a formula. It is a dance of calories in and calories out, calories expended, right? So of course, we all have a maintenance calories because our body needs energy, it needs calories to survive, to move. You sitting down is you burning calories, right? So let me give you an example, right? Let's say your maintenance calories is 2,000 calories a day, and you're trying to gain a couple of pounds because you want to, you know what I'm saying, you want to look good for the summer, you want to whatever, you want to bulk up for the winter, you're trying to build some muscle. Let's say whatever your goal is, you're trying to bulk up, and right now your maintenance calories is 2,000 calories, right? And you decide to go on a little 2-mile morning run because you want to prioritize heart health, right? Because this is our most important muscle, let's remember, right? So you want to prioritize heart health. So you're going out for a little 2-mile morning run, a little 10, 30-minute pace, whatever, cool, whatever, right? Let's say that run burns you 300 calories, right? Guess what this means? That means you need to eat 300 calories more than your maintenance, and then plus some to gain more weight. It's really that simple. People always like, hey, how do I gain more weight? How do I do this? How do I do that? I've been eating my rice and I've been doing this, I've been doing that. Eat more. Your maintenance calories is probably inaccurate. You probably don't know what your real maintenance is, which is why you need to go put it in a calculator, right? It's just as simple. It's calories in, calories out. Eat more steak, eat more peanut butter, eat more trail mix. Go ahead and eat more. It's just that simple. Like, I've heard so many, I know we all heard all the gym bros, oh, I'm bulking, I can't do any cardio. Oh, no, I'm gonna have to skip cardio for this week. I'm bulking right now. I'm in my bulking phase. I'm trying to dirty bulk. Absolute garbage. The fact is, you can bulk up and still do cardio. You're just going to have to eat more. It's really just that simple. All right. And honestly, we need to stop just shooing away our heart as if our heart isn't the most important muscle running this body, right? Without our heart running properly, we would be on a machine all day. We will be having I forgot what they're called, a little mechanical heartbeat, right? We need our hearts, and it is important for us to prioritize heart health. This is why now I've slowly been moving away from making gym my number one focus, and I've slowly went to biking and running, and to where gym is now secondary. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, I do miss the gym though. I've been sick, so I have not been able to go to the gym, and I've been really busy doing some things you guys are gonna know very soon, right? But going back to the topic, we need to prioritize our heart health. We need to. This is literally the organ, the muscle that is responsible for getting oxygen to our muscles, to our feet, to our bones. It is responsible for exiting out our carbon dioxide. It is responsible for getting our oxygen to where it's supposed to be. We need our hearts. I'm not saying you need to be like me and start training for a half marathon and start trying to get qualified for the New York City Marathon and all this different stuff. I'm not saying you got to do all that, but I'm saying get your 10K steps a day, man. You know what I'm saying? Get into dancing, get into, doing a little bit of biking. You know what I'm saying? It's a good way and a good form of active recovery. You know what I'm saying? Your heart will thank you. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to melt away. Your gains aren't just going to disappear. You know what I'm saying? That's not how that works. And like I said, I'm a prime example. People think if I don't go to the gym as well, I'm just gonna melt away. I have not lifted weights in almost 2 months. Can we get that through our heads? I have not lifted weights in over 5 weeks. And when I was doing fitness, I was doing cardio. I wasn't lifting weights. Do you see me melting away? No, that's not how that works. Once you build a solid physique, it is very difficult for you to lose it. Of course, now if you let your diet fall out of line, you start eating 5,000 calories a day, guess what? That physique is definitely gonna melt away, for sure. It's gonna be covered in a whole bunch of fat and triglycerides and cellulite. You know what I'm saying? But as long as you keep your diet okay, you will be okay. It's time for us to prioritize our heart health. It's time to prioritize our cardio health. It is time to prioritize this muscle, this organ. It is our most important muscle. Our biceps are not that important compared to our heart. Our deltoids aren't that important compared to our heart. Our quads aren't that important compared to our heart. Like, let's start prioritizing our heart. Our heart will thank you. You know what I'm saying? So the answer to the question, the answer to the age-old question, does cardio kill your gains? The answer is an absolute no. An absolute no. And there's other examples other than me that shows you hybrid athletes, high rocks athletes, CrossFit athletes, where they do a lot of cardio and these guys are shredded. These guys have huge muscles, big deltoids, all this different stuff. And I don't do no steroids, no none of that. So I don't want to hear all that nonsense. You can do cardio and keep your gains and actually gain muscle. You know what I'm saying? So let's cut the nonsense, cut the BS. Let's start walking, let's start running, let's start doing our cardio, doing our Stairmaster for our hearts. Our hearts will thank you. Links will be in the description. I will see you guys in the next video.